Here's a shot out of a cannon. Oprah, Barbara Walters, your wife. You gotta fuck one, marry one, kill one. Go!
Here it is, guys, the category you've all been waiting for. We're talking running backs.
J-E-T-S, Jets!
All right, Jets Nation, we're finally here, the fourth installment of our Fuck, Marry, Kill series. If you missed the first three, I'll link them down in the description. We covered edge rushers, offensive linemen, and wide receivers. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you are a regular on the channel, thank you for checking it out again. Guys, we're talking running backs today. For those of you that haven't been here before, let's go over the rules real quick. First off, fuck. 1-year deal. Marry, long-term deal. If you get a kill, we don't want to sign you. Pro Football Focus grade, age, production, and connection, but we're going to toss in offensive line rank because I don't feel that running backs necessarily have a scheme fit. I think they can pretty much handle any type of workload in any type of offense. They're the easiest position to transfer over. Scoring-wise, you can earn 3 fighter jets, but beware of the butt fumble. You get no points for butt fumbling, so don't get a butt fumble. All right, so we're going to be going over 5 running backs in this video. All their offensive lines were ranked in the top 12, so keep that little nugget in the back of your head. The Jets were ranked 25th according to the same scale by Pro Football Focus. So when you're thinking about how they'll fit in with the Jets, realize that we have to upgrade our offensive line to sustain the type of success that these guys have currently seen. First running back we're going over is Mark Ingram, the 5'9", 215-pound running back from the New Orleans Saints. Pro Football Focus gave him a 79.4 in terms of grade for the year, and he's going to be 29 years old. Offensive line-wise, the Saints ranked 8th. Mark Ingram has been very good for the amount of touches he's actually received. Since he's split carries his entire career, he hasn't really had the opportunity to shine as the feature back. The last 2 years with Kamara, he has been the thunder while Kamara has been the lightning. In terms of production, he has had over 4.5 yards per carry the last 2 years. He checked in at 4.9 and 4.7 yards per carry. And then receiving-wise, he's at 7.2 and 8.1 yards per catch. In 2017, he was voted as the 43rd player in the top 100 as voted on by his peers. So obviously the other players in the NFL do think highly of Ingram. Now connection-wise, Mark Ingram's dad, Mark Ingram Sr., played for the New York Giants, so obviously there's going to be a New York tie there, a connection, if you will. And then Greg Williams was the defensive coordinator for the Saints while Mark Ingram was down in New Orleans. So there's at least a familiar face within the Jets locker room in that respect. Money-wise, I think he's going to get a moderate contract. I don't think he's going to go, absolutely crazy. I think he'll be probably the 3rd highest paid running back on this list. But as far as age and durability and everything like that, I would give Mark Ingram a fuck because he's 29 years old, so maybe 2 years. If we did sign him longer than that, I think I'm probably splitting hairs. I would be okay with that as well. But for this category, Mark Ingram, you're getting a fuck. All right, second player on this list is C.J. Anderson, the 5'8", 225-pound running back from the L.A. Rams. He started the season with the Carolina Panthers, was released, signed with the Raiders, was released before he played a game, and then came in to back up Todd Gurley towards the end of this past year. Over the course of the 11 games that he played in, he averaged 6 yards per carry. So the dude has been a freak in terms of, the yards that he got per touch. And you think about that, 225 pounds at 5'8", I think I'm 5'9", and that dude's got like 40 pounds of pure muscle on top of that. He's built like he's got tree trunks for legs. So those short yardage things, he's not really going to be the scat back that we necessarily want. Offensive line-wise, the Rams were 6th while the Carolina Panthers were 17th, so a little bit of a mixed bag there, but he did have a ton of production with the Rams towards the end of the year. Over the last 6 years, he's averaged 126 touches per year, so 40 less than Mark Ingram. So the wear and tear isn't necessarily going to be there on him. As far as connection goes, C.J. Anderson and Adam Gase were on the same team in Denver back in 2013 and 14. Money-wise, I don't think he's going to get paid a whole lot. I think he's going to be a backup-type running back that hits the market. But I do not think we are in the market for him, so he is going to get a kill. Up next, we got Jaya Jaya, the 6', 223-pound running back from the Philadelphia Eagles. He graded out as a 64.6 on Pro Football Focus prior to his injury. He only played in 3 or 4 games this season. He's going to be 26 years old, and his offensive line ranked 5th. Over the course of his 4 years prior to his injury, he averaged 4.5 yards per carry, and he's gotten about 140 touches per season. Now, connection-wise, Gase had him in Miami. Now, that's not really a good thing because Gase had the control of the 53-man roster, so he traded Ajayi to the Eagles. He was the one that actually said, there's players that aren't taking their homework home with them. And that was in reference to Ajayi. He was apparently missing assignments and missing the holes going through the offensive line. So players were upset with that. He made them look worse than they were actually playing. As far as money goes, he's going to be a minimal signing. I would not touch Jaya Jaya. I don't think the Jets will touch Jaya Jaya. I basically just included him in here because of the Gase connection and because I didn't want to just include the 3 running backs that I know you guys only want to hear from. We are going to kill Jaya Jaya, and on to the next one. All right, 4th up on our list is Tevin Coleman, the running back from the Atlanta Falcons. 6'1", 210 pounds. Pro Football Focus gave him a grade of 66. Offensive line-wise, he had the 12th best, so it's actually the worst of the offensive lines that we're talking about here today. He averaged 4.4 yards a carry. He split those carries over the last 4 years. He did get some extended playing time when Freeman went down with injury. He's gotten about 132 touches per season, so not a lot of wear on the tires, I guess. Production-wise, obviously, he can catch. He can run. The dude's shifty. I am 100% on board with Tevin Coleman. I have no issues with him. Connection-wise, we don't have any, so unfortunately I got to give him a butt fumble there. But money-wise, dude, I think this guy's going to be expensive. I think he's not going to get Le'Veon Bell money, but he is going to be paid well. I think someone's going to see how productive this dude was in Atlanta, and they're going to give him a lot of money. So Tevin Coleman, with all that said and done, I would absolutely marry you. So come on over to New York, bring that skill set here. Tevin Coleman earns a marry. The final running back we're talking about here today is none other than Le'Veon Bell, the former Pittsburgh Steelers running back, 6'1", 225 pounds. Pro Football Focus gave him a 72.2 on his 2017 grade, because obviously he didn't play this past year. He's going to be 27 years old, and his offensive line ranked 1st. So obviously he's got the best line put in front of him of all the running backs that we're talking about here today. Lots of people want to discount Bell in terms of his production because his offensive line is so good and because James Conner was so productive this past year. But if you look at 2017, so Bell was 3rd in the league in forced missed tackles. That is an incredible stat because that tells you that those tacklers that are coming at him, the offensive lineman didn't block them, and he was able to get away from them. So obviously, even though he's had one of the best offensive lines in football over the last few years, he is still a stellar back, and he's still performing at an elite level. Oddly enough, James Conner has also done really well. He was actually ranked, going into November, the top in terms of broken tackles and missed tackles. So the Pittsburgh Steelers pretty much just know how to get running backs, know how to groom them, know how to pick them. Don't really think about the offensive lines too much. I think you're going to get a little down a rabbit hole and be like, oh, is he really that good? I don't really know. And you're going to argue back and forth with your friends. Forget it. Bell is a beast. He's been productive. He's proven it. In terms of carries per season, he has 245 per year. That's way higher than anyone else on this list. I think when you look at what Bell told us last year, he said, I wouldn't play on the franchise tag. Well, why would he do that? It's $14 million. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Get paid. Running backs don't have a high shelf life. With him going into the final year of his deal and the contract offer that the Steelers gave him, it was essentially a glorified one-year deal. It basically paid him the same amount of money as the franchise tag would have paid him for 2 years, only he would not have been able to walk away. The Steelers could have cut him at any point. So if he got injured, there was no financial security. So Bell absolutely made the right move by sitting out for this past season. And one thing I do want to point out, and I cannot take credit for this, this was actually the guys over at Hashtag Sports. I'll link their channel down below. They're great guys. They do Buffalo Insight and everything. So if you're looking for a Bills channel, they're pretty fun. So look at this. LT, this is really the last running back that we've seen comparable to Le'Veon Bell. LT, 26 years old and under. The 4 years prior, 63 games, 1,654 touches, 7,900 yards, and 60 touchdowns. LT for the 4 years after 26 years old, 62 games, 1,366 touches, just under 6,700 yards, and 73 touchdowns. Now, obviously, Le'Veon Bell, he's right at that age gap. Before that, Bell, 62 games, 1,541 touches, 7,996 yards, 42 touchdowns. So obviously there is a very comparable number between LT and Bell. They're similar in the fact that they run out of bounds, they catch passes out of the backfield. How is Bell going to react to the next 4 years of his career? If we can get what LaDainian Tomlinson did for the final 4 years of his time in San Diego, keep in mind those are all San Diego stats. That's not even his time with the Jets. I would absolutely sign up for Le'Veon Bell. Connection-wise, Bell has been a Jet fan since he was a kid. He loved Curtis Martin. The Jets have buku money, so obviously it's a match made in heaven in terms of dude wants to get paid. Jets have too much money. Go out, get him. Money-wise, it's going to be expensive. They're going to want your firstborn son. So, you know what? Offer it up. Make the sacrifice. Le'Veon Bell is absolutely a stud. I love the move. I think that signing Le'Veon Bell sends a message to the rest of this locker room saying, hey guys, we're ready. We're ready to attack. We're getting those dogs in here like Jamal Adams wants. I'm all for it. Absolutely would marry Le'Veon Bell. There it is. Those are the 5 guys. In terms of the game, I guess, we're going to say kill to Jaya Jaya. I think he's, due to the injury and obvious no connection to Gase in terms of wanting to bring him in. That's an easy decision. The lone fuck on the list was Mark Ingram. I like him. I would totally be in on bringing him in for a 1 or 2 year deal. Man, married. Tevin Coleman and Le'Veon Bell both earned to marry. You really can't go wrong with either one of them. I would be totally stoked on the Jets getting either one of these guys. For the sake of our game and for what I've been preaching all offseason, I've been on the Le'Veon Bell train from the beginning, so I'm not going to change my tune now. Would take either one, but Bell is going to be the marry for this category. So let me know what you guys think down below. What would you guys do? Who is your fuck, marry, kill? Is there a running back out there that I didn't cover? As always, guys, go Jets.